we have a higher gun violence level, but overall muggings, stabbings, deaths, those men raped that woman in India to death with an iron rod 4 feet long. You can't ban the iron rods. The guns, the iron rods, Piers, didn't do it. The tyrants did it. Hitler took the guns. Stalin took the guns. Mao took the guns. Fidel Castro took the guns. Hugo Chavez took the guns. And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms. Doesn't matter how many lemmings you get out there on the street begging for them to have their guns taken. We will not relinquish them. Do you understand?
Alex Jones goes off against Piers Morgan, petitioning to even deport Piers for attempting to create a narrative based on gun violence in America. As Piers claims that guns should be banned in America, Alex absolutely crushed Piers's narrative by claiming America has gun rights thanks to the Second Amendment, which must be protected, especially in today's age. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment down below, let me know what you guys think. Let's begin.
Anyone who's watched this show over the past few weeks knows I've taken a pretty strong stand on guns in America. It's not escaped the notice of supporters of gun rights, and it's led to a petition on the White House official website, no less. It's entitled, and I quote, "Deport British citizen Piers Morgan for attacking Second Amendment." Take a look. More than 104,000 people have signed it so far. And joining me now is one of the people behind the petition, Alex Jones. He's host of the Alex Jones Show. Welcome to you.
Piers, thanks for having me.
Why do you want to deport me?
Well, we did it as a way to bring attention to the fact that we have all of these foreigners and the Russian government, the official Chinese government. Mao said political power goes out of the barrel of a gun. He killed about 80 million people because he's the only guy that had the guns. So we did it to point out that this is globalism, and the mega banks that control the planet and brag that they've taken over, in Bloomberg, AP, Reuters, you name it, brag that they're going to get our guns as well. They've taken everybody's guns but the Swiss and the American people. And when they get our guns, they can have their world tyranny while the government buys 1.6 billion bullets, armored vehicles, tanks, helicopters, Predator drones, armed, now in U.S. skies, being used to arrest people in North Dakota. The Second Amendment isn't there for duck hunting. It's there to protect us from tyrannical government and street thugs. Take the women in India. Your piece earlier on CNN I was watching during Anderson Cooper's show didn't tell you that the women of India have signed giant petitions to get firearms because the police can't and won't protect them. The answer is, hey, wait a minute, I have FBI crime statistics that come out a year late, 2011. 20+% crime drop in the last 9 years. Real violent crime, because more guns means less crime. Britain took the guns 15, 16 years ago, tripling of your overall violent crime. True, we have a higher gun violence level, but overall mugging, stabbings, deaths, those men raped that woman in India to death with an iron rod 4 feet long. You can't ban the iron rods. The guns, the iron rods, Piers, didn't do it. The tyrants did it. Hitler took the guns. Stalin took the guns. Mao took the guns. Fidel Castro took the guns. Hugo Chavez took the guns. And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms. Doesn't matter how many lemmings you get out there on the street begging for them to have their guns taken. We will not relinquish them. Do you understand? That's why you're going to fail, and the establishment knows no matter how much propaganda, the Republic will rise again when you attempt to take our guns. My family in the Texas Revolution against Santa Anna, my family was at the core on both sides starting that because Santa Anna came to take the guns at Gonzales, Texas. Piers, don't try what your ancestors did before. Why don't you come to America? I'll take you out shooting. You can become an American and join the Republic.
You finished?
Yes, I am finished. You will not take my right. You go through background checks to get guns. How about Prozac? You know the number one. Oh, that's the big sponsor, isn't it? Or that whole class of drugs.
Let me ask you a question.
Oh, got to cut that off, don't you? Don't want to talk about the U.S. number one cause of death is suicide now because they give people suicide murder pills.
Calm down.
Your answers give more money to the psychiatrists and psychologists to put more crazy people on drugs that make them kill people, Piers.
Let's try and have a debate here.
Comment down below on what you guys think so far. Despite how America has a gun problem, quote unquote, there are people like Piers who claim that the issue is the guns themselves. Not the crazy, not the schizo, not the psychotic people that have been fed actual bullshit or have been led to actual bullshit that leads to gun violence. But here's a better question. Does it even make sense to compare the UK's violent statistics versus the US violent statistics, because there's one major key that separates this comparison, and that is population. See, in the UK, there's only about 70 million people, and in the US has around 340 million people. I'd say that's not that comparable, in my opinion. So again, does it even make sense to compare them? But also keep in mind that the UK has gotten worse since they've lost their rights on owning firearms. Let's get back into it.
Bud, how many gun murders were there in America last year? Do you know?
There were about 11,458, and about 74% of those were gang-related, gangbangers shooting each other. You get 3,500 to 4,000.
That wasn't the
How
question.
many people died from infections in hospitals?
If I may
197,000.
just ask you a second
That's
question.
right.
How many gun murders were there in Britain
How
last
many
year?
great white sharks
No, how many
kill
gun
people
murders-
every year, but they're scared to swim?
Right. How many gun murders were there in Britain
A
last
very low amount. I already went over those
How many?
statistics.
Do you know?
It was only a few hundred.
No. How many gun murders?
I actually did pull up the statistics. Here, let me pull them out right here. I figured you'd do that.
Gun murders
Oh,
in
wait.
Britain last year.
UK violent crime, capital of Europe. London
No.
Telegraph. Here, let me
It's
give you
quite
more.
a simple question.
Well, that's the oldest.
You're a very loud man.
That's the
You
oldest
make a
Perry
lot of
Mason
noise.
tactic to ask me some little factoid.
It's not a little factor.
I already said earlier,
We're talking about
England
a
has a
country-
lot lower gun
me try-
crime rate because you
let me-
took all the guns.
Let me try exactly
But
my
you've got
point.
hordes of people burning down cities and beating old women's brains out every day.
What a ridiculous
They arrest
statement.
people in England if they defend themselves. That's on record. My God, you've got a total police state. Everybody's fleeing that country because you've had to flee here, bud. And I want to say this right here. You think you're a tough guy? Have me back with a boxing ring in here, and I'll wear red, white, and blue, and you can wear your Jolly Roger.
Okay.
You know what?
Let's try again. How many gun murders were there
Oh, you're going to ban your fist now?
in Britain last year?
How many chimpanzees can dance on the head of a pin? I already went over those statistics.
Do you know the answer?
No, I don't.
You said hundreds.
It's very low.
You said hundreds.
Yes.
It's actually 35.
Well, the point is you can...
Against 11,000.
Do you
understand the difference between 11,000
Yeah, England
and
wants
35?
to ban knives now because tens of thousands are getting stabbed.
Right. But do you understand
Gonna ban
the
knives?
difference?
The knife
between
doesn't kill people.
Do you understand?
The gun doesn't kill people.
Yes.
Listen,
do you
do you
understand
understand
between
you're not going
35
to pull on America's
and 11,000?
heartstrings. They know your script, okay? You're not going to get our guns. By the way, you guys always say, we just want to take the semi-autos, okay, and all this other stuff when semi-autos aren't even, rifles aren't even used but in a fraction of the crimes. You can pull those numbers up, okay? No, hold on.
Let me ask you one question. Which weapon was predominantly used in the Aurora movie theatre shooting?
M4 AR-15 variants.
So it was a semi-automatic
Yes,
assault rifle.
again.
Okay,
But
next question.
statistically, it's very, very low.
Do you agree it was the single biggest shooting in the history of America in terms of people hit by a shooter? Do you know that?
No, I believe that there were others. There's been some other shootings with about over 30.
No, this was the single biggest mass shooting.
Well, listen, you're just going...
No,
there have been bombings of Wall Street.
Let me ask you a second question.
Are we going to... Listen, why can't the
Let me
pilots
ask you
have
a second
firearms?
question. Alex,
We trust them to fly the planes.
Alex, you've had a lot to say.
No,
Just
my
answer
point
this
is the
question.
Second Amendment is sacrosanct, and you're not getting it.
Do you know which weapon was used in the Oregon shopping mall mass shooting recently?
I understand that people who are mentally ill on all the serotonin reuptake inhibitors who play these shoot-em-up games want to go out and do this. Because there's criminals, I don't lose my rights, Piers. Because there's criminals, I don't lose my rights.
Just answer the question.
Yeah.
Do you know what the weapon used was?
Listen, let me ask you a question.
No, answer.
I've got the FBI statistics that, the so-called semi-autos that you talk about.
Let's take a break. When we come back...
Again, you're not going to go...
As an American myself, I also agree with Alex on this one. Just because there's criminals, that doesn't mean my rights should be revoked. Just because someone's mentally ill and put themselves in a position to possess a firearm does not mean that my rights for owning a firearm should be revoked. See, Piers was trying to attempt to get Alex to answer his question, leading to his never-ending rants about why guns should be banned. I could definitely see why Alex petitioned to deport this woke reporter. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy these kinds of videos, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, comment down below, and we'll see you on the next one.